In the previous part of this video, we created a character that follow a predefined path like inside. However, a very important thing remained unresolved: the collisions. The movement we designed right now has a very important flaw. The character forcefully passes through obstacles. So to fix that, we need to take two steps. First, we need to fix a problem that makes it difficult to handle collisions. The fact that the guide object has its own separate script. Why should we put this logic in a whole different object when we can just do the same in actual player script? So let's fix that first. We first need to transfer all this logic into the actual player. We're going to first copy all these properties here and paste them inside the actual player. I'm also going to import the spline container. I also need the update logic, so I'm going to copy that one too. And I'm going to paste it right over here before the main logic of the actual player. I'm also going to transfer the onInputMove event to the actual player. Now we can totally get rid of the guide object. And I'm going to replace the guide object with the transform position right over here. Next, we're going to make sure that the actual player has access to spline container, and we assign the onInputMove to the player input. The movement guide is completely irrelevant. So let's go back to the inspector. Let us completely disable the guide object now because we don't need it anymore. And let's go to the player, assign the player input, like so, the actual player, and I'm going to call the onInputMove of the actual player, and I'm also going to assign the spline container, which is the guide spline, right over here. I also need to increase the speed to something like 4. Now here we can see that we effectively removed the movement object. Now how does it exactly help us detect the collisions? Like so. If I go back to the actual player, when I have the new position and the new target position, before I change the position, I can detect if I have an obstacle ahead. And if I'm hitting something ahead of me, I'm going to avoid changing the transform position. How do I do that? Like so. In order to detect collisions, we create a function that uses raycasting to detect if there's an obstacle ahead. And if we're hitting something ahead of us, we're going to avoid changing the transform position of actual player. And then we're going to use it like so. Now let's go back to play mode. When I hit the obstacle, it's just going to avoid moving forward. However, if you pay close attention, there's a tiny lag over here, which we're going to fix right away. We're going to go back to the script. The way we fix that problem is that right over here, instead of changing the position every time, we are first going to store it in a temporary variable, temp position, like so. And we're going to fix it like this, position plus input. And instead of the position, I'm going to use the temp position. And we're only going to change the position if we ever pass that if statement. Now let's go back to play mode. Now when you hit the obstacle, you will not see that lag anymore. However, I cannot go back right now anymore. So when I hit the obstacle, it's kind of like stuck. So how do we fix that one? We're going to go back to the actual player. Instead of doing the lerp on the position, we're going to do it on the temp position, like so. And here, we're going to directly set the target position to transform position. Okay, let's hit the play mode. Now the speed is too slow So we're going to increase that, and now the character hit the obstacle and can immediately go back. If you wish the character to be able to get closer to the wall, you just have to reduce the maximum distance the raycasting is happening. For example, let's say 0.7. Okay, I hope you found it helpful. See you in the future videos.